everybody and welcome back to my channel. The way I waved was just so ugly there, I'm so sorry. So I thought for today's video I'm going to do something slightly different from my monthly wrap-ups, just because it is spooky season, it is October, so I thought there's not really any point telling you about Halloween makeup the next month of Halloween if you kind of get in my drift. I feel like it's completely pointless then. So I'm going to do a video just discussing and going through with you purely Halloween like releases with companies and makeup brands, just because I feel like that would be so much better, especially if you like a few of these and you want to get some. It's not really any point doing it after Halloween, so this is why this is here. Just a quick thingy-mobob. If you are new here, please do feel free to subscribe, and that way you won't miss any new content. And if you like this video, then please like this video. I do have to say as well, I do have something really exciting coming up this month, and I'm going to be posting some content around this thing coming up. Make sure you stick around and see what's going on. It's going to be really exciting. I don't know, perhaps it's just a one-time thing for me. Hopefully not, because it is really fun. Who knows? You want to stick around, it is quite entertaining. As usual, all the pictures I'm using are going to be from Trend Mood, so I'll leave everything, of course, linked down below so you can check it out yourself, or if you wanted to have a proper in-depth look yourself without me yapping in your ear, then that's all there for you. Let's finally look at the new makeup. So I haven't actually had a full depth look into these, just because I thought it'd be more fun to look into it with you. I have them all up on my computer. I'm at my computer today just because I actually have a bad back, like a really old back, so this is just better for me at the moment. So we're gonna do it at this computer, and it's quite fancy, isn't it? The first makeup collection I'm going to be discussing with you is going to be the Glam Light Friday the 13th collection, and from the first look it looks really good. I'm loving the whole vibe of it. They've definitely got it nailed down just from the makeup itself, from the packaging. It just looks really nice. I will give you a quick rundown on the prices and the things that are in this collection. Everything's in dollars, so I'm not quite sure the conversion rate for other currencies. So you've got the Friday the 13th Camp Crystal Lake palette, and it's in a VHS collector's box, and that is $34. So that's just the eyeshadow palette, and that does come with a mirror on the inside as well. And then you've got a lenticular, don't ask me what that means, lenticular motion makeup bag, and that is $20. I assume by looking at it and by the name of it, it's that one where, you know, when you shift it and then it changes to different pictures. I assume it's just that. You got the mask mirror. Oh my god. The mask mirror for $24. You've got the Jason Lives highlighter for $14. The No Place to Hide lip kit for $15. The Friday the 13th Camp Blood candle for $12. The Camp Carrots lashes for $10. And the Jason Voorhees brush set for $18. So let's go through them one by one. So candle looks amazing. Hopefully when the candly bit, the wax, melts, it looks in a non-gruesome way like blood, because I quite like that, especially, you know, when you get those long ones that come out in like Christmas and it melts and it looks like dripping blood. I feel like that is so cool. That's something I'm definitely gonna do in the future if I can, but it has to have that. I like the sticker on the glassy bit. I think that's really cool. Apart from that, nothing really too special. It's just red wax and a sticker, and that is $12. So not too snazzy, not too bad. I feel like you can definitely get the same thing with cheaper candles, and I don't even know what the fragrance is of this candle. It doesn't really give much information about that. If you're sticking with the whole vibe of it, then I'd say maybe this is good, but so far it's not exactly worth it. I think this is my least favourite of the collection, and it is the Jason Lives highlighter. And it's not really for anything in particular that I don't like about it. I just don't really like silvery highlighter. And I know it makes sense for Jason because that's just like his mask, his whole thing. But for me personally, I don't like silver highlighter. I just feel like you look like a tin man. It's just not my vibe. So nothing in like particular for what it is. It's just I just don't like silver. If you do like silver, this is absolutely perfect for you. Just looking at it, I think it comes with a mirror as well, which is quite nice. Although you have seen a lot of companies lately not including a mirror, especially for something so small, just so you can make it recyclable. So depending on how you feel about that is obviously up to you. Packaging looks lovely. Not much more to say about that. I'm gonna be brief about the lip kit. It's nice. I would have thought maybe we would have gone for a deeper colour rather than a very neutral shade, but it's just a standard lip kit really. Again, same with the lashes, just standard lashes but in really nice packaging. Bag looks quite nice, although it is a bit, I'm unsure about price range because it's $20 for a bag and you can't really exactly see how big it is, so it is really hard to tell from these pictures, but it's not too bad. And same with the mask mirror, that looks really nice, although it does only really show you the image of the mask, like the back of the mask. So if you were holding it up to your face, you'll only see the back, so you don't even really know the shape of the mirror. But it does look really nice. It is really cool, especially if you are a horror fanatic. It is very good collector's items. Brush set, it just looks like you picked up a packet of like cheap paint brushes, but like the wall ones. Oh yeah, the wall ones, not really particularly like creative ones, if you get my meaning. It looks like it's trying to resemble like the axe and like the weapons, and I like the idea of it. Not sure if it comes across quite as clearly as the packaging, but I like the effort for it. It's just, yeah, I don't really know. They do look like really nice brushes, especially the variety, because you've got like a really small one and like 3 different variety of blending brushes for $18. It's not too bad, but it's yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this. I think it is a really nice collection, as I said, especially if you are a horror fanatic. This is definitely something that would look really nice on your wall or like a collector's item. I have a really itchy leg, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of thought put into it. Definitely decent prices, I would say. A few odd bits and pieces like the candle, I feel like you can definitely get at these shops for cheaper. It doesn't really give a hint of a scent, so don't really know about that. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. The next collection is the Nightmare Before Christmas collection with Spectrum. I do have to say, I absolutely love Nightmare Before Christmas. It's one of my favourite movies, and so I always have a soft spot whenever I see that sort of collection, but I'll try not to let it influence me, I promise. I'll try and be impartial. But from the looks of this, it's just your standard Spectrum collection. So I will tell you what they have in the prices. A bit on a pricier side, this one, which I don't know, I don't own any Spectrum things, so I don't really know the quality, but I always just assumed they were like Profusion, where it's not the best of qualities, but they do look quite fun. But the prices of this, I am not so sure about that. I'll just go through it with you. So they've got a 10-piece brush set, and that's $91. A 4-piece brush set for $38. So that's a bit of a jump already between the last one. So the last brush set was $18. This one is $38. Bit of a jump. And I know Glamlight's really good, like really big. So you got a Jack makeup bag for $31. You've got a Nightshade brush cleaning soap for $31, and you've got a sponge and puff trio for $23, and it's also all sold together for $170. So again, a bit of a jump. We'll just go through it and see if looking at it changes my mind, and I'm not sure if it will. So this is the 10-piece brush set. It looks like a mixture of face brushes and eye brushes. I love the variety of brushes because you don't really get that in a lot of brush sets recently. It all seems to be the same sort of similar brush, and they just like change it up just slightly. But this seems to be a massive variety, which I love. I love the design on it, especially with the big brush, and they added Jack's little collar. I thought that was a really nice touch, and I'd love to see how this could all fit in the tin that it comes with, because it does look really small, unless it's just a not to scale thing and they just did that for the photo. So I'm really glad to see in a lot of makeup brush sets recently you have the really thin like eyeliner brush, which I think is really great, especially because a lot of people are getting into graphic liners lately, me included, these past couple of years. I just think it's really handy to have it on you, especially if you're really into creative makeup or even just daily makeup. It's just so handy. I think that's really, really great. Just I'm not sure about the price. So I'm not gonna lie, I've just seen the 4-piece brush set. I'm not loving it. It does look, just by the pictures, it does look really cheap. It looks like a collection of face brushes. So you've got a cheap one, like 2 small fluffy ones, and like a big like domey packed one. And I don't know who's gonna try to convince me that that's all worth $38, but I just think I'm not a lover of this. Like, the first set was nice, but not with the price. And then this is just both not nice. But the packaging looks a bit cheap, like of the brushes. Sally doesn't really look like Sally. She looks like somebody else entirely. Tally. That's Tally, not Sally. I don't know. I'm just a bit disappointed, I'd say, with the brushes. So the bag is not bad. It's just standard bag, but it does glow in the dark, which, same with Nightmare Before Christmas, it does have a soft spot in my heart, so that gets a few extra points. But standard bag. The soap is odd. It just looks black, completely black. It's just a bit bizarre, really. And I don't really like using the soaps for the brushes where you'd have to mix it all in, because I feel like it's not really hygienic. Like, what I do is, this is probably really, really bad, but this is what I do to clean my brushes. All I do is just get shampoo, and I wash my brushes with shampoo, and I do it all around my hand, and I have like a unicorn brush thing which gets in like the ridges and like there's different shapes, and it really helps cleanse it. And yeah, I feel like because on my hand I can clean my hands afterwards, but I feel like it's really hard to clean it in a pot, so I don't particularly love that kind of thing. But if you do, you can give it a go, especially because it's all black and it's mysterious and cool. And then you got the sponge pack. I feel like they could have done a bit more with this. I do love the Sally one, I love the Jack one, but I feel like the third puffer like thing with the Sally one could have been an Oogie Boogie one. I feel like that's what a lot of people don't do, like an Oogie Boogie, or like it could have been a 0. Like the tip could have been a little pumpkin. I want Oogie Boogie, man. Oogie Boogie appreciation. And that is $23 for that. So yeah, bit disappointed looking through it. I do like the packaging of everything. I just feel like the price and the quality doesn't look like it matches up. I don't know, maybe it does. I don't have it with me, so I can't tell you if it does, but I feel like there is a big mishmash there. But we'll just go straight on to the next one. So this is a really, really big one coming up. So I won't give you the outline of everything. I'll just pick a few things, just because my throat feels a bit dry and like dead from talking so much, because I don't usually talk this much ever. But this is the Casper the Friendly Ghost and Profusion collection. Just by first glance it does look quite nice, but I could just be fooled by all the holographic material, because I love a bit of rainbow. I'm off. But this is everything that is in the collection. As you can see, it is quite a lot, and I'd say a lot of the pricing is more fair, especially because it is Profusion, and even though it's got the trademark of Casper, they do keep the prices quite fair. Although, as I said, I don't know the quality, so we can't be exactly too sure about that. But I'll go through a few things for you, but so far it's looking very, very good. So first up is the 30 shade palette for $18, and I'm not quite sure how you'd put a theme like a palette shade from Casper, because it would just be purely white. I suppose. But I feel like they have done a really nice job. It's quite a nice cool toned wintry-ish vibe you get from it. So you got a lot of blues and purples, and you got your odd shade of warm tones as well, with like oranges and browns and gold glitter, which I think is really really nice because you can mix quite a few different shades, so like a bit of a bronze and a bit of a blue, I think is really really lovely. And it does look to have a few different variety of textures, so you got quite a lot of mattes. I feel like there's a few shimmers on there and a few glitters, which I feel like look really nice. And yeah, all of that for $18, which I think is really really good. I would just love to see how it would perform, so that would be very very intriguing. And I do love the packaging like on the other side of the eyeshadow palette as well. It looks so cute. It looks kind of like a VHS, and I believe from the looks of it, it's those sort of packaging where you'd lift it up and the gems inside would just fall all around, and kind of like a snow globe in a way. I feel like that's what it looks like, and that would actually make it so much more better. And I would be really confused on how it would only be $18. It looks so cute. Yeah, I love it. I love this palette. So the glosses look, I believe they're the glosses, but one of them look duochrome and the rest look shimmery, which I think looks really really nice. I'd love to see how that performs. Brushes, same as last time, it's just wiggly and wooden, which is okay. It looks quite nice, and I feel like it would feel nice in your hands, although I cannot be too sure because I feel like some ridges may hurt if you hold it for a long period of time, although I can't be too certain. But it does feel nice to hold, and the bristles do look quite nice again, although they do have the holographic highlighter. Now I just don't think I'm a highlighter fan, to be honest. I feel like the holographic highlighter takes me back to the unicorn phase we had in like 2015, like with all two-faced everywhere. It takes me back to that, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Not my fave. I feel like that's probably one of my least favourite out of all of these. The sponges look absolutely adorable. They're like little Casper ghosts. They're so so cute. I just feel like you'd ruin it though if you were to use it. So I'd have one I have with me, take that with me everywhere as like a lucky charm, and one I'd use on a daily. I feel like I'm beating Casper up on my face though. Like you just grab him and just smack him on your face. Well, that might just be a me thing. That's all the pictures. But yeah, everything looks really really lovely. I think the glitter products I mentioned are the glitter lip toppers, so they aren't glosses, which is quite interesting. I feel like that's something you don't really see. Yeah, and there's also a Casper handheld mirror, which I think is holographic, although I just don't know if it's reflecting off everything else, but that also looks really really lovely. So I will give this collection a thumbs up, although obviously I don't know how it performs, so I'll give a thumbs up from the outside. Let's go on to our last collection now. Now this one has been a bit of a scale by what I read in the comments, and this is the Makeup Revolution and It collection. We know how I feel about Revolution. I try to be impartial on that as well, but I don't know. This just reminds me of Glam Night, like their packaging, so maybe they're just at their shenanigans again. I don't know if it's the background that makes it look better, because it does look really cool, but I feel like it'll be such a pain. So what you have is a You'll Float 2 shadow palette for $24. Not too bad pricings. You've got the Beat Beat Richie liner, and there's a black and a red one, and they are each $7. You've got a Clown Artist paint set, and that is $18. You've got the Dripping Blood lip stain for $7. You've got a Balloon Blender sponge for $8, and you've got the Balloon Blood for $7. Let's go to the eyeshadow palette first. A big mixture of colours. The packaging is really nice, although I feel like it would be a bit hard to store in places. I like the concept of it. I feel like the logo of it was placed randomly, especially because you can't really see it with the blood. The shadows look nice, although I do feel like they've just thrown in a bunch of random different shades, like that purpley blue on the top left. That's just so random to me. Although of course you got the reds and the yellows, some of the shimmers. I just feel like it's a nice autumn palette rather than a it palette. Although I do like the fact that it has Georgie on it. It is quite a nice touch. But based on how Revolution performs as well, it's hit and misses with a few of their shades. I don't know how well it's gonna perform compared to when like I last tried it, but it's okay. I feel like it looks really thick as well, which is a bit frustrating. Not sure if there's a mirror on it. So now we are looking at the face like artist clown set. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like half shadows, like eyeshadow shades, like textures, and half paints. Just because the right side, like the painty side, looks shiny like paint, and the left side look matte and flat like eyeshadows, which is a bit bizarre because if you're gonna have an artist paint set, wouldn't you want it all to be paint? I'm really not sure about that, especially because on all the swatches the painty side looks like paint, whereas the side I think are shadows look like shadows that have been crushed. So I feel like that would be really bad if they advertise it as a paint set with half paint. But it does look to have a mirror in it, and it is of a balloon with Pennywise, which isn't too bad. Again, a bit bulky, they could have done a better design, but it does come with a nice brush with it looks to be the same shape, just slightly thicker on one side and slightly smaller. But I feel like it would have been best, as I said before, if you had a really thin side and like a bit thicker side, like just a straight line rather than a bit of a bush. Because what are you gonna do with a really thick brush? I don't know, it's just not forming together for me. Eyeliners look okay. I just feel like they've just stuck stickers in bottles. The bottles look really nice. I feel like if they could have done like glass and the glass actually said it rather than stickers, that would have made it look so much better. But it's okay. Lip stain looks like blood, which is cool with the vibe of Halloween. Not too bad. I'm not a fan of lip stain, just because I like a clean slate when I rub things off. So I don't know. Might be good if you're into lip stains, but yeah, it looks like a nice deep red. How is it that I don't like lip stains and this looks the best so far? And then you've got the blood, which comes with a dropper, which I don't think is too bad. It's perhaps maybe a bit unhygienic, which kind of makes me sound like I'm nitpicking now, doesn't it? And then you've got the sponge, which I think actually does look really cool. It's kind of the same as Casper, but it's just a balloon with it on it, which is quite cool, like a red balloon. Although it is $8, which I kind of understand with the printing, because I'd have to do a whole new print. Like, it's not a standard sponge, it's like a literal balloon shape. I think that's really cool. Lip stain and balloon sponge, yes. Everything else, meh. So that is everything for today. Let me know which ones were your favourite. Let me know which ones you didn't particularly like. I'd have to say I think the first one was definitely my favourite, the Friday the 13th one with bits and pieces of the Casper one. The Makeup Revolution one is just a bit odd. I feel like they've just stuck a bunch of stickers and products to claim it as their own. They've just picked things up and they're like, mine. That's what they've done for that. The Spectrum one felt a bit lackluster as well, and they've just stuck a really pricier tag on it, which of course is not my fave, but it's a shame. You can do so much with Nightmare Before Christmas, and everything I've been seeing for it is just black and white. So much colour to Nightmare Before Christmas, but all these companies are just sticking to black and white, and it's like, goddamn shame. So that is everything. Please do subscribe so that way you don't miss any new videos, and please leave a like if you do like this video, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.